Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Billy Travis. I'm fixing to show you something here that is a very rare item that you could actually see running up and down the highway unless they got them built for racetracks, but this one is actually road ready and tagged and legal to go. This is a 1978. They say the title says 79. I think it was built on the 9th month of 78, which would make it a 79. Chevy love truck. I bought it brand new October the 13th of 1978. It's a two-wheel drive. I drove this truck for about 12 or 13 years, and then I wound up putting it in dry storage. It was in dry storage for about 28 years that we can remember, and when my wife and I, that I've been married to for 42 years, had our 35th wedding anniversary, he broke this truck out and got it running with the original 4-cylinder, original 4-speed, had it up and going, and give it to me back for my 35th wedding anniversary after being in storage all them years. I didn't drive it much because it did have a running problem and it wouldn't idle and all that, but it was running and ready to go. So he said, "Dad, let me do something to it." And I said, "All right, if you put it back but not do nothing to the body, to the hood, to anything, you make it back original like it was." So here's a kind of a walk around on it. As you can see, the grill, it's all original. Everything on it is original. Nothing has been modified, took off, cut, or anything like that. This is the original fog lights that I put on it. They didn't come on the truck. I put these on there in 1978 after I bought the truck. I was a young man, 18 years old. I thought it was beefing it up, made it look pretty in the front end. If you come around the side, this is the original paint jobs, the original stripe, original paint, not paint job. He had to repaint it. He went through Chevrolet, found the paint coat on it, and put it back original like it was. It always had the 2 yellows and the white stripe on it. If you come on around, you can see there's nothing done to the body. There's nothing been remodified, cut, or anything like that. This is the original door panels. They have never been took off the truck. They are 100% original. As you can see, the original armrest, the original window crank, the original door unlatch system, the original mirrors on it. But my son has took this truck and made it into what I call the little monster. And you'll see here in just a minute. If you go down the truck, one thing you had to do is the gas tank rusted out on it. You can't buy gas tanks for these things unless you have them rebuilt, or if you find one, it'll cost you $1,500. He bought a racing fuel cell and put in the bed of it, and we'll show you here in a minute what this racing fuel cell is connected to. If you come on down the truck, you can see the original 2 yellow and white stripes, and if you come back here, it's original taillights. Again, I put this truck in storage for 28 years. When he was old enough and his family was raised is whenever I give it to my son, and he went through it with a fine-tooth comb. All the original latches, all the original hinges. He took the bed and had to put some of this black tar on it because it did have some rust spots in it. It was old, you know, it'd been sitting. The truck is 43 years old if you do the math, from 1978 to 2021. Everything still works and latches on it just like it did back in the day. He took the rear bumper off. He's going to get another bumper to try to find an original one that went on it. If you come on around the truck, you can see it still has the little lights on it. For the parking lights on the side, all the body and everything on it is again original. Same door panels, it's original dash on it. Now you can look at the dash and tell it's a 1941 dash. Everything in it, gauges and all, still work. He did take the seats out and put a racing set of seats and a set of racing harnesses in it. And again, it's all making me about as proud as it can get just because of how original everything is on it. He didn't touch anything on the body. Everything on it, it's still got the same bolts. He didn't have to do nothing to that. And if you come around here and look this way, there's the Love Truck emblem right on the side of it, just like the day it come off the factory, because that is the one that was on it when it came off the factory. Here's the thing I want to show you. When I raise this hood, I want you to look what's sitting underneath it. He took the little 4-cylinder and 4-speed transmission and rear end out from under it. This is a 305 Chevy that he dropped down off in it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you folks exactly how he got all this together and try to give you the information you need. Son, if you'd come right around here. All right, tell me what you put in this thing as far as engine wise goes.
It is a 1985 305K Blazer motor, non-modified. It's not bored. It is all still original from 1985. Has a HEI distributor put in it for electronic hookup and timing advance. Had 4-barrel Edelbrock 650, 750 carburetors on it. Fought with them. So got with Phytech and actually ended up going with the Phytech 400 EFI. It is rated up to 400 horsepower. It is plug and play. You can literally put the kit on in a matter of hours. Start it up, it learns itself as you drive it. No tuning issues required. I've drove it 7 or 8 times and it's fully set itself over that period of time. Short of that, everything else is still original. Booster, master cylinder, washer bottle, everything is still original.
What kind of radiator did you have to get in this thing, and did you have to do anything, modifications to the frame or anything like that?
The radiator is a 2-core solid aluminum radiator. Nothing has been modified. I made the brackets and everything for it. Did not cut the cross members or nothing like that. It is actually stuck in behind the grill.
So you didn't have to cut the grill, the frame, or nothing like that down. Well, how did you get this motor to stay in there? What kind of mounts? They say these mounts are high dollar, and if you can find any, they're going to cost you $1,000. What'd you do to get this motor to stay where it's at with that kind of power?
We are actually running the factory 1978-79 motor mounts for the 4-cylinder. I handmade custom brackets at the shop to be able to mount those 4-cylinder brackets to this V8 because they are solid steel rubber mounted mounts, so don't have to worry about them coming apart or breaking. So at that point I just modified brackets to make them mount up to
so you got it all mounted down. What kind of transmission do you have to do to put behind this 305, and did you have to modify anything on the frame or the cross member to mount the transmission?
I did not. It is running a 700 R4 because I wanted the turbo extra 4-speed in it so that it does have an extra gear to it instead of 3, so I didn't go with a 350 turbo. Only thing I had to do on the cross member for the tranny tunnel part is actually put spacers in it to raise it up some. Short of that, the cross member is still original. It's not modified, not an aftermarket cross member. It is the factory tranny cross member.
And what kind of rear end and drive shaft did you have to do to this thing to make that hold up under this kind of stuff?
So the rear end, I went with a 2001 Chevy Blazer full-wheel drive 8.5. That is the biggest rear end that Chevrolet makes, short of going with a 9-inch Ford.
And you didn't have to modify nothing to put it under here?
No, it bolted straight up with the factory U-bolts. Had to have a custom drive shaft built for it for length and all of that.
So you mean custom? They had to cut it off and make it the length you need?
Yeah, I actually had a custom built drive shaft built for it to hook from the rear end to the 700R4 for momentum purposes to go forward and reverse.
Man, that is sweet. Will you start this thing up and let people hear what this thing sounds like? I want you to see what he done to it, just because of how proud I am of it. 43-year-old truck, that's the original body, but the only thing he changed was a motor, transmission, and engine to make everything bolt up. So I want you folks to listen to this. There's the 305 fuel injected. No computer except the computer on the fuel injected. There's nothing been done. He drops right in there. Now we're fixing to show you folks what this dude will actually do. All it is a rock when you shut the hood. We're going to show you how things operate after you got through with it in about 1.5 years worth of work. Look at that rear end on it, boy. Everything on it. That is a 1978 Love Truck 305 Chevy engine, Blazer rear end, 4-speed transmission automatic. Nothing's been done to it except the mechanics on it. I am so proud of this truck. What we're going to do is show you folks what it looks like coming at you. That's a 1978 Chevy Love Truck that's been rebuilt with a 305 Chevy. Fuel injection on the top of it. is 43 years old. It is street ready, legal ready. He has antique tags on it. It is fully insured and ready to go. This is my son, Daryl Travis. I'm Billy Travis. My grandson is behind the camera doing all the filming. And he's going to put an email on there if you need any questions answered about how to do yours to where you're not really spending a lot of money. He might have $8 grand in this thing, maybe less. And that's mainly for just getting stuff modified that he needed to mount everything in it. We're going to put an email so you can get a hold of him. I hope you enjoy the video. Y'all have a nice day. 1978 Love Truck, 43 years old. Factory motor and tranny we still have that is matched numbers. They're not for sale, but we still own them. But y'all have a nice day, and I hope you enjoy this video.